Right now, on a highway somewhere in America, a driver is behind the wheel of a 2-ton machine, and their brain is as impaired as if they'd been drinking. They're not drunk. They just didn't sleep enough last night. And here's the part that should scare you. It's not rare. At least half of American adults admit they've driven while drowsy. 1 in 25 say they've actually fallen asleep at the wheel in the past month. This isn't a minor health tip. In 2025, the American Medical Association officially declared sleep deprivation a public health crisis. So let's talk about what one bad night actually does to your brain. Start with a number that should make you pause. Researchers have found that after staying awake for 24 hours, your cognitive performance drops to roughly the same level as someone who is legally drunk. A blood alcohol level around 0.1%, past the legal driving limit in most states. That's why experts now call drowsy driving the 4th D, right alongside drunk, drugged, and distracted driving. The AAA Foundation estimates drowsy driving kills around 6,000 Americans every year and is involved in 1 in 5 fatal crashes. And that's the trap. Sleep deprivation impairs the very part of your brain you'd use to notice you're impaired. You feel fine. You are not fine. So what's actually breaking down in there? Start with attention. Sleep researchers describe something called state instability, where a tired brain flickers in and out of focus, sometimes for less than a second at a time. You don't notice these micro lapses, but on a highway at 70 miles an hour, a 2-second lapse means you've traveled the length of a football field with your brain offline. Then there's emotion. A sleep-deprived brain shows a stronger reaction in the amygdala, the part that drives fear and frustration, while the calm, rational control from the prefrontal cortex weakens. In plain terms, less sleep makes small problems feel bigger and makes you quicker to snap. Sound like anyone you know during a stressful week? Then there's memory. During deep sleep, your brain replays and files away what you learned during the day. Skip that sleep, and the filing never happens. The information was there. It just never got saved. But here's the part most people have never heard, and it's the strangest of all. While you sleep, your brain does something it cannot do while you're awake. It cleans itself. A system of channels opens up and flushes out the metabolic waste that builds up during your waking hours, including proteins linked to long-term brain decline and dementia. Deep sleep is when the cleanup crew comes in. Skip it, and the trash just stays. And this is where it stops being a personal problem and becomes an American one. More than a third of U.S. adults and 77% of high school students are running on too little sleep. The cost? Sleep deprivation drains an estimated $441 billion from the U.S. economy every year in lost productivity. We've built a culture that treats sleep as weakness, that brags about 4 hours a night, that hands teenagers glowing screens at midnight and wonders why they can't focus. So here's the reframe. We treat sleep as time lost, hours stolen from a productive day. But sleep isn't the absence of work. It's when some of the most important work your brain does actually gets done. The question worth sitting with: if one night can make your brain act drunk, what is a lifetime of cutting sleep short quietly doing to an entire country? Drop in the comments. How many hours did you sleep last night? Be honest. And next time, we're looking at why the things you do on autopilot might be running more of your life than you realize. I'll see you there.